Carlos Ramirez, owner of NVS Audio in Roselle, New Jersey and Daytona, Florida. So we had this beautiful Road Glide shipped up to us from, I believe, Southern Florida. He was upset, having constant issues with the audio build. Then the audio completely went out on the bike, so he got frustrated and shipped me the bike here to the Daytona shop. Asked me to look it over and upgrade and fix whatever needed to be fixed. So when I got the bike's amazing. The bike is beautiful, not a scratch on it. You can tell he beautifully put together. He takes attention to this bike, pays really close attention to this bike, and spares no expense. I don't know what happened with the audio. So looking at the bike, it had DS18 subwoofers, had Diamond Audio 6x9, so all good quality equipment. The problem started when I opened the fairing. He's running the new Soundstream V2 radio with the 8-inch screen. So no DSP, first of all. So I don't know how they were controlling the signal to the subwoofers with no DSP. Fine. On top of that, they ran subwoofers, not mid-bass drivers, subwoofers in the bags, and mid-range 6x9s with no baffle between the 6x9 and the 10. So of course, once I started to turn it up, once I got it playing, the 10s were beating the crap out of the 6x9s and just causing them to distort and pop. It was bad. It was pretty violent. So we baffled the 6x9s. We were able to reuse the 6x9s, retune. We baffled the 6x9s. They used a inside mount for the 10s. The client was considering sealing the bags, which we couldn't do with an inside mount. So we were going to go with an outside mount anyway. Then when I was looking, I realized the woofer was hitting the ring. So let's say the woofer surround is 10 inches and the ring was 9 3/4, maybe 9.5. So this ring was made for a smaller mid-range, not the right ring for this woofer, clearly. So there was no chance of it sounding good. Ended up damaging one of the woofers. You can see right there where the woofer's cut from coming in contact with the ring. This is an inside mount ring. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I just don't understand why shops use them. We only use an outside mount ring. Hold that bag up, Josh. So the difference between an inside mount and an outside mount ring, this is an inside mount, which means the woofer mounts on the inside. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but then you would have to stock two different types of rings. We use an outside mount because now this client wants to seal the bag. You can't put a topper on because you won't be able to remove the woofer if it blows or needs to be serviced. So now we have to convert this inside mount ring to an outside mount ring, so we put the woofer in from the outside and go ahead and seal the bag. Also, with the outside mount ring, you don't have this issue where the woofer is actually coming in contact with the ring. With the outside mount ring, if you don't cut the hole big enough, the woofer won't be able to mount. And then since the woofer drops in from this side, obviously the cone's not going to hit the ring because you cut it big enough for the basket to clear. So I have to reach out to the client and let him know that we have to swap the rings and see where he wants to go from there. No chance that this was sounding good with the woofer hitting the ring like that. So we removed the rings, did an outside mount ring, added some reinforcement to the bags. You'll see in the video I was able to pull the dowel pins out with my hand easily, barely any pressure. The pins weren't screwed or glued in correctly. Baffled the 6x9s. Then in front, the way they wired the radio, the RCAs got pinched when the fairing was put back together and eventually rubbed through and shorted the RCA output and burnt out the Soundstream radio. Shout out to Ronnie from Soundstream. The client really didn't want the bike to go anywhere else. The client wanted the bike to stay in our hands, so I reached out to Ronnie and asked him a favor. I said, Ronnie, the radio was not purchased from me. Can we take care of this client? He said, no problem, give me the serial number. He said, you cover the shipping, I'll swap out the radio for you, no problem. So we had the radio overnighted, because I needed the radio in the bike so I can continue working and start tuning. I didn't want to wait a week, because it's a week shipping from California to Florida, California, New Jersey, just to find out that there's another problem. So we got the radio in, overnighted, popped it in, audio came back on, and then as I'm going down the line, I'm just seeing more and more problems. So the radio is wired directly to the amplifiers, so there was a Cicada FLX 2000, super powerful amplifier, puts out 250 watts times 4 at 4 ohms, 500 watts times 4 at 2 ohms, more than enough power to the setup. So, and then I saw a Brazilian Sound Digital Evo amp, the ones that are not supposed to be sold in the United States. So it was a little 400 watt amp. So now we have 10-inch subs, 6x9s, 6.5-inch Cicada CHX, which also require a lot of power, and a 4-channel 2000 watt amp and a 4-channel 800 watt amp. They took the 800 watt amp, bridged it to the 6x9s, and then they took the front 2 channels of the 2000 and wired it to the 6.5s, and then took the rear 2 channels and wired it to the 10-inch subwoofers. So the subwoofers were receiving 250 watts, and so were the 6.5s. Crazy, because these subs always need at least double the amount of power of the mids on the bike. So we were running more power to the mids because we were getting 400 to each 6x9 theoretically, and then we were getting 250 watts to each 6.5. So we're talking 900 watts to the highs and 500 watts to the bass. Of course the bike didn't have any bass, of course the bike didn't sound good. So we pulled the Sound Digital 800 out. Client let me upgrade to the Cicada FLX 2500.1. So we had the 2500.1 running to the 10s, and we had the 2000.4 running to the 2 fairing speakers and the 2 lids. After we baffled off the 6x9s, I was able to tune it. The bike sounds incredible. Night and day difference, 400% improvement from where it came in. So now it's wired properly, sounds really, really good. Bike's powerful. Reliable. He's not going to have any issues. We rewired everything, did an NVS Audio T-harness, NVS Audio wiring kit, and a HCAM mini DSP, so we were able to dial it in and send the correct frequencies to the fairing speakers, the lid speakers, and the subwoofers. He's going to be completely happy with the way the bike sounds. I'm excited to let him hear it. So now the bike sounds as good as it looks. It's a really, really pretty bike. Now the audio is not going to give him issues. The audio sounds as good as the bike looks, so it's a win-win. Check out the build. See how much better it is now? Nothing hitting the cone. Plenty of space. So there's the 2500.1, and there's the 2000.4. DSP is neatly tucked between the pocket and the radio. Module for the RR is here instead of being taped off the pocket.
Something's got a hold on me lately, though I don't know myself anymore. 3 times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Yeah, it's taking a toll on me, trying my best to keep from tearing the skin out my bones. Don't you know? dices que no